Swami Atmasthanandaji Maharaj was a great visionary and a great missionary both in one. The concrete example is the temple situated here at Sri Ramakrishna Ashram, Rajkot. When Swami Atmasthanandaji Maharaj came to take charge of this Rajkot center in 1966, he replaced Swami Nikhileswarananda Maharaj, who was here for about 21 years. He had gone to the headquarters, and so he replaced him. When he came here, that there was already a plan of constructing a new temple at the cost of rupees 3 lakhs, because the old shrine was very small and not sufficient. After coming here, he changed the plan in the temple, made a big plan. That time 12 lakh rupees was a very huge sum. It was an ambitious sum, but he prepared the plans and programs, meeting the architects in Ahmedabad, prepared nice plans and put it in his office, circulated them, and there was a great resistance both from inside and outside that this is too ambitious a plan. It will be difficult to collect so much amount. Not only that, there was no justification, because Swami Vivekananda said that worship of God in man is more important, and here you will be spending so much of money on temples. He said, of course, we are devoted to the ideal of Shiv Jnana Jeev Seva, worship of God in man, and many activities are being done here. But we must not forget that we are in Gujarat, and we must respect the local culture. The people in Gujarat are very much devotees. They are devoted, they are bhaktas. And so, if you build a temple, you will be able to win their hearts. And they will take this ashram as their own. And this will attract pilgrims from not only all over Gujarat, but all over India. Many of them are coming for Dwarka Somnath. They will also come to see Sri Ramakrishna temple in Rajkot. Just imagine what is being done now. He imagined it so many years back when nobody had the courage to imagine like that. What a visionary he was. And then a missionary that he was. He started collecting funds. He sent his inmates on 4 directions of Rajkot. Every day morning they have to go, evening they have to come back and report how much money they have collected for the new temple. 1 rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee. And that is how, bit by bit, he started the scheme in 1966, which was later realized in 1979. Though in the meanwhile, 1975 he was transferred to the headquarters to become the Assistant General Secretary. But in the meanwhile, he had almost completed the construction of the temple. So, and then he had already collected maximum amount, most of the amount that was required before he left Rajkot for Belumad. So what a missionary also he was. And then this is only one thing, but in so many activities he showed his missionary zeal. And Rajkot came to be regarded in the whole of Gujarat. Sri Ramakrishna Ashram was given due recognition because of his humanitarian services, particularly the flood relief work that he did in Surat is exemplary. And people even today also remember the relief work was followed up by great rehabilitation project, and he kept himself extremely busy in these humanitarian services. So this temple is a witness to his missionary and visionary capability, and it came into it, and that it was a very wonderful. I have never seen so many temple dedication ceremonies I have seen, but such a grand ceremony I have never seen, and that is because of Atmasthanandaji. He came here from Belumad 15 days earlier and almost became the general of the whole programs, and then he called all the monks. Many monks were old, they could not have come, but for his insistence, Even Bharatma never went there. Abhayananji, he also came. Dayananji never went anywhere. He was too old, but still he made him come. And then even from Chicago, also the Chicago Swamiji had come. Ashyananji with his whole team, and Buddhananji, Lokeshwarananji, name anybody, not a single Sridharananji, not a single person was left out. Atmananji, Trivikramananji, and we witnessed a scene which I could never imagine to witness when the temple dedication was here and the parikrama was going on. First outside the temple periphery and then on the temple periphery. I saw all these very, very senior monks for the first time. I saw them dancing. An atmosphere was created which cannot be described. We thought we are not in the earth atmosphere. We are somewhere in a heavenly abode. For some time, it was a wonderful vibration, wonderful atmosphere, and all were transported in a different realm. And Swami Nikhileswarananda Maharaj dedicated this temple in the presence of so many senior Swamijis. Bhuteswaranji was of course there. Gambhiranji was there. He had just recently become the vice president. All of them were they were there. So that is also credit goes to Swami Atmasthanandaji that insisted all the Swamijis come. And at that time, I think about 240 monks. At that time, total number of monks were very few. In 1979, and that was the first, the greatest, the biggest temple dedication ceremony that we have witnessed. In its grandeur, in terms of its grandeur, there is no temple dedication ceremony can parallel it. Ramakrishna Maharaj, Atmanandaji, all those people, they delivered nice speeches also at that time. It was a wonderful atmosphere. What I mean to say is that at that time when there was resistance, he insisted that these temples should be constructed, and he insisted that the temple dedication ceremony also should be grand, and he made it happen with his missionary zeal. So this is only one example. And then, he made no compromise as far as principles is concerned. His pre-monastic name was Satya Krishna, one who is devoted to Satya, one who is devoted to truth. Example, at the time was struggling to get even 1 rupee for the temple, and used to collect 1 rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee like that. That time, an officer came and he wanted to donate 5 lakh rupees. Just imagine 5 lakhs rupees. The total project was 12 lakh rupees at that time, and he wanted to give 5 lakhs rupees. Any other person would have immediately seized that opportunity. He also was very happy. He immediately told some monk to prepare a receipt. When the name was asked, he said, "No, I don't want any receipt." Ramakrishna Maharaj said, Atmasthanandaji said, "No, we cannot take any money without any receipt." He said, "But I can't give that money officially." He said, "Then goodbye." What a great example of a person with principles. At that time, when you are struggling to get even 1 rupee, 5 lakh rupees, half of the whole project cost almost is coming, and he refused that. That shows his great, not only his character, his adherence to the values, and his spirit of renunciation, his spirit of tyaga. Amidst all these activities, he held on to the basic values of monasticism. This is what we have witnessed ourselves, and his compassion, his feeling for the poor, his feeling for the afflicted, unparalleled. He was born on Buddha Jayanti. He had that compassionate heart of Buddha. We have witnessed ourselves how much compassionate he was. Though he was, of course, also a very strict disciplinarian, and many people used to fear him like a tiger. That also is very true. That also we have seen. But we have seen that he was from outside. He was very, very hard, but inside he was all soft. His heart was very soft, very compassionate, very loving. Beautiful combination of Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga and Raj Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Swami Vivekananda wanted harmony of 4 yogas that was very much explicit in his behavior, in his character. So that is that compassionate heart when he heard in 1969-70 that there was a great drought in Kutch. He was so much moved to tears. He immediately sent a few monks to start a kitchen there. There was no money, but he begged some money that time. And he said, I will send you more money, but you go and immediately start feeding them. They are dying out of hunger. I cannot tolerate it. And he sent some monks, and the monks went there. They started a kitchen. They started, but nobody came from that village. That was the name of the village is Dhaneti in Kutch, about 40 kilometers from Bhuj. Second day, they sent a message that we are coming back because all the food that we had prepared is all going west. Nobody is taking, so we are coming back. Then Atmasthanandaji said, no, don't come back. I am coming there. He himself went there, and then he talked to the villagers and requested them to take the food because he had collected with great difficulty the donation and the food. The villagers said, no, it cannot be done. Already we are suffering so much from drought. We are suffering from hunger, and if because of our past sins. Now, if we commit more sin by taking food from the monks, we will not be saved at all. So we don't want to incur further sin by taking food from the monks. That can never happen. They were so religious minded, and they thought it will be a great sin if they take money, take food from the monks and they always want to give food, shelter to the monks. And yet, how the reverse thing can happen? It can never happen. And they had never witnessed it. Monks giving something. They always said to be give them to the monks, not take. So this will never happen. He insisted. They did not say no, we don't want to incur sin. Then Atmasthanandaji said, okay, now if you don't want to incur sin, okay, then incur some good virtues. I am going to die here. He sat down on the temple which is inside the village. He sat on the outside platform. He said, I will die here. I will die here without food, because if you don't take food, I am not going to take food. And so I will die, and that will be a great merit for you. Then these villagers became frightened. They started gossiping within themselves. This will be another sin. Monks is dying here without food in our village. Then this will be a great catastrophe. So then finally they agreed, okay, we will take food, but condition is that don't bring anybody from Rajkot. We will cook food. You just bring the items, we will have a nice kitchen, and we will call villagers from outside. Other people are also suffering. And thousands of people used to take food. They themselves would manage the whole kitchen. They themselves would cook. They themselves, nobody from outside, all the villagers. They made a community kitchen which went on for 4 to 5 months. And they made another condition, is that now at present we are suffering and we are in a miserable condition. But when we get back our original condition, you have to take back everything. So Nikhileswarananda Maharaj said, Atmasthanandaji, okay, don't worry, but you start taking food. But he was amazed when he saw 1 year so many bullock carts coming to the ashrama. Only carts are coming, bullock carts never came to the ashrama. So many bullock carts. What is the matter? You told, you agreed that whenever we will have good condition, you will accept our food. Now we had a very nice crop this time. So every farmer, the first thing goes to ashrama. And that thing is continuing even now. Whatever they get in the village, in that whole village, Dhaneti, almost all are initiated disciples. Everybody is devoted to Sri Ramakrishna, and everybody looks upon Swami Atmasthanandaji Maharaj as God on earth. From that time. So, you can just imagine how much reverence he used to get. And he also had tremendous love for Kutch. And if anywhere he comes in, Atmasthanandaji comes, Kutch people will go with a truck because they don't have car. At that time they did not have car. Now they are going to have car. Now that time only one bicycle was there in Dhaneti village. They say because of the blessing of Atmasthanandaji and Sri Ramakrishna's blessing, now There are so many trucks, so many cars, almost every house has got a truck. They have become truck owners. Such type of prosperity they have come. But still in every house there is a photograph of Sri Ramakrishna, Sardadevi, Swami Vivekananda and Swami Atmasthanandaji. So this is the reverence that he got from the villagers, and he used to love them so much. Whenever when Kutch people, Gujarat people will go to Belumat, he will make special arrangement for them, special food for them, special prasad for them, and no timing for them. They can come anytime, they can enter. And these people, they are all simple villagers. They do not know. They will lift Vice President Maharaj on their shoulders and will start dancing. You can never see this thing, but we have seen with this eyes, with our own eyes, what tremendous love and reverence these villagers had. So Swami Atmasthanandaji Maharaj had a very close connection, a different, very, very different type of close connection with Gujarat. And he was here from 1966 to 75, only 9 years. But within 9 years, he captured the hearts of Gujarati people. And not only that, he loved Gujarati people, he loved Gujarati dishes, he loved Gujarati food, he loved Gujarati music, he loved Gujarati songs. Whenever he come, he will say, no, Narsi Mehta's song should be sung, first of all. Like that, he had a very special type of fellowship with Gujarat. And of course, his life was very ennobling. And the contribution that he has made can never be forgotten. It is a part of the history. And in 1927, this Ramakrishna Ashram Rajkot was started. Till 1993, only one center was there in Gujarat. And now there are 5 centers in Gujarat. Limdi, Porbandar, Vadodara, Ahmedabad, all the centers have come. It is just because of the missionary zeal of Swami Atmasthanandaji Maharaj. 1966, Swamiji came. After some time, an incident happened in Limdi. There was a cotton merchant in Limdi who was earlier in the moon, and he had come from Calcutta to Limdi because of the dry climate. His health was not good. His wife fell sick. The name of that cotton merchant was Shabil Bhai Shah. Siti, he was called Siti. And Siti Shah. And then his wife was Ajwadi Ben. Now Ajwadi Ben fell very seriously sick, and they lost hopes of her survival. One morning she said, last night I had a dream. A monk or a saint came. He was having a beard, and he blessed me. From that time I am feeling very good. So now they started searching for a saint with a beard, but they did not get any clue. One day, Siti Shah was reading a magazine. There is a very popular magazine in Gujarat called Akhand Anand. And at that time, he had gone for some work, so he had put a mark. Ajwadi Ben saw that Akhand Anand. She was turning the pages and she saw the photograph of Sri Ramakrishna there. So there was an article of Sri Ramakrishna with a photograph. She said, this is the saint who has come in my dream, and he has saved my life. Now they were in search of Ramakrishna. So they sent message to Bombay, their relatives, find out Ramakrishna. Then they went to Ramakrishna Math mission there in Khar. They said, we want to meet Ramakrishna. They said, Ramakrishna, he passed away long back. This is Ramakrishna mission. In his name, Swami Vivekananda established Ramakrishna mission. So, but what is the matter? He said, our relatives are there in Limdi and they want to meet Ramakrishna. He said, you are coming all the way near Limdi, there is Rajkot center, you go there. There is also Ramakrishna Ashram. Then Siti Shah came to Atmasthanandaji here. Atmasthanandaji was amazed. Ramakrishna giving dream there in Limdi. So then he told him, you are very, very fortunate. Then he gave a lot of books and told him to start a private center, some study circle. They started study circle. Study circle grew in number. Then they rented a house. That was also insufficient. Somebody jokingly said, why don't you request Rajmata for giving the palace for once a week for having this? Then he said, I do not have the courage to ask Rajmata. Then they say the palace is lying unused, so she can give. But he was not getting courage. One night, he heard a voice 3 times. Go and ask for it. Go and ask for it. Go and ask for it. So he next day took an appointment of Rajmata, met her, and said, we are having shortage of space, if you can kindly give your palace so that we can meet once in a week. Rajmata said, why once a week I can give the whole palace to you? I have been hearing about your study circle, and to tell you frankly, I wanted to come incognito to find out what it is all going about, because I am a devotee of Ramakrishna. Then she said, long many years back, when she had gone to Mount Abu, there in his Guru's place, she saw a photograph of Ramakrishna. She says, who is he? He says, Ramakrishna Paramas, he is the Guru of Swami Atmasthanandaji. Then, why you are asking? Oh, he comes and gives me vision. In dream? No. Awake. I am sleeping. Sri Ramakrishna comes on the wall. But he looks at me, doesn't talk to me. Every day he comes. And just, I see him in the wall. He said, you see, this Ramakrishna Paramas is a great saint. He will not come. There must be some purpose. Maybe he wants to get some work done from you. Then she said, Rajmata, I did not know what is the work. Now today that you are asking for the palace, now I know Ramakrishna wants my palace. I give the palace to you, but let me wait for my son who has gone to Delhi, Chhatrasalji. Then Chhatrasalji came, his son, Lalji. And then he saw that mother is very much desirous of giving the palace, so why should I stand on there? And after all, it is lying unused. Because most of that portion was already burnt in 1909. Only a small portion was standing where Swami Vivekananda had visited. So that palace was handed over to that Ramakrishna Prarthana Mandir, a private center run by City Shah. And then gradually, the great daily worship started in that private ashram. And that palace has got a special thing because Swami Vivekananda himself stayed there as the guest of that Limdi Maharaja, Yashwant Singh Ji. So that has got a historical place. In 1993, this palace was handed over to Ramakrishna Mission. An official center was started of Ramakrishna Mission. And then also, 1993-1994, took 1 year for the transfer of the palace. And also, City Shah had reserved 6 acres of land because it was told in the palace we can't have an ashrama because there is no space for the staying of the monks. So another 6 acres of land also he donated. Now in 6 acres of land, full-fledged ashrama has come, very big temple has come, whole Limdi ashrama, big ashrama. But the credit goes to Swami Atmasthanandaji, who took that initiative of inspiring Shabil Bhai Shah, made him. He was so much devoted to Ramakrishna that his name was Ramakrishna Wala. And his industry's name also became Ramakrishna Wala Industries rather than the City Shah Industries. So much he was devoted. And when he took Diksha from Nikhileswarananda, now his wife said, I want to take Diksha, but she is bedridden. So Shabil Bhai Shah telephoned Atmasthanandaji that I heard that my guru is coming of Nikhileswarananda again to Rajkot. My wife also gets Diksha, wants Diksha. But can you not request Nikhileswarananda to come to my house and initiate her? Because she cannot move. And he shouted like anything. What? What do you mean? Do you think the president of Ramakrishna Mission will go to your house to give Diksha? Huh? He left and right he scolded. But he kept on his mission. Then ultimately, Atmasthanandaji telephoned Nikhileswarananda that this foolish fellow, he wants that his wife will be initiated by you in his house because she can. I said, yes, I'll go. And Nikhileswarananda came, went from here to Limdi, and in the house of City Shah, he initiated the wife of City Shah, Sajwadi Ben, there in his house. That is, all these historic things have happened because of great devotion of Swami Atmasthanandaji. So many historical things. And then, afterwards, that is about Limdi. Then 1997, 1989, I was posted here, so I started finding out what all Swamiji did and all that, and brought out the book and all that. And I had the blessing of Atmasthanandaji in bringing out that book also, and writing that article, and also that book was brought out in Gujarati also, and it was released by Sri Narendra Modi on a very big function on 11 January 2014 during the continuing celebration of Swami Vivekananda's 150th birth anniversary by the government of Gujarat, which went on for 2 years. Thousands of people were there, and he launched his book, and 1 lakh copies were purchased by the government of Gujarat. And there, the foreword is written by Swami Atmasthanandaji Maharaj, Gujaratma Swami Vivekananda. Later on, that was translated and brought out by Advaita Shoma, and then other findings are still going on. But with that finding, we came, and then he was also instrumental in finding out the exact place. There was one advocate, Ladiwala, he telephoned once, Swami Atmasthanandaji. He telephoned from Porbandar. Do you know Swami Vivekananda came to Porbandar? Yes, we know in the written in our books that Swami Vivekananda spent for a very long time in Porbandar. But do you know where did he stay? They know that we do not know. I know it. If you come to Porbandar, I will show that place. So Swami Atmasthanandaji went there, and then he met a centenarian who was 100 years old at that time, Revered. He said, when I was a young boy, I used to go to Swami Vivekananda in this bungalow, Gojeshwar bungalow. And that time, Swamiji was the guest of Shankar Panurang Pandit, the administrator of Porbandar at that time. And he showed the room also where Swamiji stayed, and what all conversation he had. So Swamiji then because he knew Ratubhai Adani, the then Minister of Panchayat, Government of Gujarat, with his help, that was at that time a Panchayat guest house. It was a government guest house. He made a very big inscription, marble inscription, that in this bungalow Swami Vivekananda stayed, and he also in that very room where Swami Vivekananda stayed, he put a very big portrait of Swami Vivekananda in 1974. And then when Gambhiranji came, he again came to Porbandar, he showed him that bungalow, and there was a special meeting with Natwar Singh, the Maharaja of Porbandar, who was the first captain of the cricket team of India, which went to England. That Natwar Singh is very progressive minded. So they met him, and he was also there. There is a group photo also. So with all that, now I came to know all that Atmasthanandaji had kept that inscription. We went there. So we were thinking how to get it. In the meanwhile, we heard in 1997 and 1996, we come to know that dilapidated house will be sold away. And there will be naturally, that will be demolished. It was very old building. It will be demolished, and the memory of Swamiji will be wiped out for all time. One lady devotee telephoned me. One lady devotee telephoned me, and she told me that this house will be now demolished, will be sold out, and demolished. Government is now too much old, so they are selling it now. Then I said, something has to be done. Okay, I got the idea. We do one thing. She was very close to Atmasthanandaji and also Bhuteshanandaji. She was the daughter of Dr. Bengali, who was in Porbandar, whose house both of them used to stay when they were used to go to Porbandar. I told you telephone to Bhuteshanandaji and Atmasthanandaji that this is going to happen. She did that, and whatever I expected happened. And it happened. Atmasthanandaji used to go early morning, every day morning, Velumat. With Bhuteshanandaji, they used to walk. So, and he would put a chocolate. Atmasthanandaji might put chocolate in the Bhuteshanandaji. So, while putting chocolate, he said, do you know what is happening? What is that? Porbandar house is gone. It is being sold away, and that what do you say? Yes. So, nothing can be done. Should I do something? Yes. Will you accept that house as a branch of Ramakrishna mission? Yes, you do. I am with you. Then Atmasthanandaji telephoned immediately. That time, Adhyaksha of Ramakrishna Ashram Rajkot, Vitatmanji, and he scolded, you are not doing anything for Porbandar. Should I try with government? Yes, you start. Already I have got permission from the president. Yes, we will collect it. We will make it a center of Ramakrishna. Immediately I went to Gandhinagar. No, that was, we received the telephone favor here. So that was on 3rd of January. And 6th of January, the Chief Minister of Gujarat at that time was to come for our youth convention as the chief guest. So immediately we drafted a letter saying that we want, And I announced in this youth convention, thousands of youth had come, that we have requested the Chief Minister of Gujarat to kindly give us that bungalow of Porbandar so that we can convert into memorial. And all the students stood up. When are you giving? When are you giving? Then the Chief Minister, yes, will be giving. So Suresh Bhai Mehta, he was our devotee. But in the meanwhile, something happened politically and he was no longer a CM. So we lost the hope. But the new CM, he came personally and said, I want to give this book. So this miracle happened. And on 12th January 1997, this bungalow, historic Bhojeshwar bungalow, was handed over by the government of Gujarat. Shankar Singh Waghela was the chief minister at that time, handed over, and Swami Atmasthanandaji, at that time the General Secretary of Ramakrishna Mission, came to receive it. That was a big function at Porbandar. After some time, after a few years, Atmasthanandaji Maharaj got hold of me. He said, you see, Porbandar, you have done it very nice, because I had to do a lot of work going to Gandhinagar and all that. Now that is done. Now, you give me Dilaram at Baroda, so that I can die peacefully. I said, you are not going to die so quickly. I don't want your lecture. I want Dilaram. Ami tomar lecture chahi na. Ami Dilaram hobe. Amar pocket e ache je apnake debo. See, he is such a senior Swamiji, the vice president at that time. Already, I think he is the vice president at that time. And then he is asking like a small child, I want to die peacefully. You are not going to die, you are going to live. But I want Dilaram. Is it in my pocket that I should give? No, I want Dilaram. Only one thing, whenever I meet you, you give me Dilaram. You give me Dilaram. You are going Bhojeshwar Bungalow, now you give Dilaram. What to do? Then I remembered that we had done relief work, massive relief work, 20 crores of rupees project, out of which we constructed 81 school buildings and 6 colonies. 3 colonies and 37 buildings we constructed in Porbandar. I was that time in charge of Porbandar. And one of the colonies was inaugurated by the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Sri Narendra Modi. During his speech, he said, I used to go to Swami Atmasthanandaji at Rajkot. He told the name. So I remembered that he knows Atmasthanandaji. Then I made Atmasthanandaji telephone Narendra Modi. Then Atmasthanandaji said, I want Dilaram. He said, okay, I will give you. But nothing happened. Then again he telephoned after next year. Then he told, you give my name that I will follow it, but then nothing will do. Then he said, Swamiji will come to you. Said, okay. Then I went, met Narendra Modi ji at Gandhinagar. He said, I will give the bungalow, but not to you. I will give in the hands of Atmasthanandaji. He has to come here. I said, yes, he will come. He has told. Again, I made him talk at that time. Yes, I will come. I will give to your house. He says, I will come. I said, okay. Then he retried with the phone. Narendra Modi ji, Collector of Baroda, I want to give this bungalow to Ramakrishna Mission. Whatever is necessary, do it. I don't want to listen anything. And kept the phone. Called his private secretary. We have to give this bungalow. I don't want to listen anything. He told me, now you follow these 2 persons. My work is over. And then it was very difficult. For 2 years, I had to go so many times. 30 times I went to Gandhinagar, 3,000 calls. Ultimately, it got the Dilaram bungalow at Baroda. Because they handed over the bungalow at 1 rupee total, 30 rupees rent, 30 years lease at 1 rupee total. And Atmasthanandaji Maharaj, every month he will tell me, hey, what happened to Dilaram bungalow? I said, yes, his file is moving. Your file is always moving. Huh? Then again I have to go to Gandhinagar. Every month he will telephone. Religiously. Then he followed it up. And then when he follows it up, I have to follow up those offices. Anyway. So 18th April 2005, Narendra Modi came, handed over the bungalow, and Atmasthanandaji was so happy. He just embraced him. Oh, you gave Dilaram bungalow. Now you must come to Velumat. I will give you nice prasad. This is what he told. Because he used to come, he went to then Narendra Modi ji telephoned me. The secretary telephoned me in 2013 that he sent the message that Atmasthanandaji told, so now we have to make a visit to Velumat. So make all arrangements for taking him around, meeting Atmasthanandaji. I made a telephone general secretary, made all the arrangements. again message came he wants to go to Dakshineshwara. So then again I met Dakshineshwara authorities also. Though I told that it is not in our order, but still I know the people. So I told them, they were also very happy. So that also we made arrangement. Then again message came, you also have to go. Accompany. Okay, then I went there. Then morning 6 o'clock, I went to Nikhileswarananda and showed him everything. And for 2 hours he was there. And 8 o'clock he came to Revered, then showed everything. Then in the temple of Sri Ramakrishna museum, in Swamiji's room, he said, I want to meditate here. So we left him for 20 minutes meditated. Last half an hour, 9:30 to 10, in the room of Atmasthanandaji, there was a peal of laughter. There were so many things that happened. Then all the trustees were there, General Secretary, Associate Secretaries, Atmasthanandaji Maharaj and all that. Atmasthanandaji Maharaj was there, and there was a very nice conversation. When are you coming to Gujarat? Narendra Modi asked, how are you? All that. And most of the conversation was in Gujarati. Then I asked Narendra Modi at that time, you used to go to Maharaj, or you were in the students' home in Rajkot, or you went to become a monk? No, I went to become a monk. He specifically told, I went to become a monk of Ramakrishna to Atmasthanandaji, but then he told, which was not known to me also. He said, first I came to Belur. And that time Madhavanandaji told that no, you finish your study. I was too young. Then from there I went to Almora. For 2 months I was there. There also they told you have to first finish graduation. Then I went for 2 years to Himalaya. Then went to Maharaj. Maharaj also told you have to finish your study, but you keep contact with us, and you must watch us, and we must watch you. Then only it will happen. So I used to go and stay in Rajkot Ashrama. There is one small room there. In the corner, there was a dispensary. That small room was meant for volunteers. So there, in that room, small room, whenever Narendra Modi will come, he will stay there. And he used to have a lot of teaching, lot of advice from Swami Atmasthanandaji. He just filled up his mind with full of patriotism, love for the country, what Swamiji had told. And all that, and so Narendra Modi himself came, because I was very much inspired by Atmasthanandaji. All these things happened. That was on 9th April 2013. So Atmasthanandaji then later on, that time he was the president, then later on also Narendra Modi went twice to Sri Ramakrishna, as you know, for seeing him, seeing his condition. So when I met him many times, but every time he'll invariably ask about Atmasthanandaji, how is his health, and I would report about his health. So this is the love that Narendra Modi had for Atmasthanandaji Maharaj, and he could attract youths at that time, youths like us, youths like Narendra Modi and give them direction, give them advice and all that. So he was a very, very dynamic monk, full of enthusiasm, devoted, and strict discipline at the same time, very, very loving, exceptionally loving heart, a rare combination of very loving heart with strict discipline. That is all that was Atmasthanandaji Maharaj. So I was very fortunate that I came in contact with him in 1972 in Rajkot only, and since that time I received love to the last. Till the last visit that I had when he was in hospital, I had gone there. That also, that time he hands on my head and gave me a lot of blessing. Till that last time, just 4 months before passing away, I received his blessing and his love. I am grateful to Sri Ramakrishna Maharaj, Revered, Swami Vivekananda, that because of their grace, I came in contact with Atmasthanandaji Maharaj, and he gave a new direction to my life. He inspired me to join the order, though that thought was already there. I already told Atmanandaji that I want to join, but he expedited the whole process and filled up my mind with more of enthusiasm, quickly joining the mission and all that. And he himself told Nikhileswarananda, no, you tell him to join. In fact, it is he who gave me the telegram. He gave me the telegram. When he wrote, Revered President Maharaj wants you to join at Belumat before 2nd March, because 3rd March was Ramakrishna's birthday in 1976. So he gave me the telegram. Immediately I started from Rajkot on Shivratri day and went and joined Belumat. And he was so happy. At last you have to come to me for joining. You did not join at Rajkot I wanted, but at least now you are in my trap. Now where will you go? Now you are with me. He was so happy. It was a great achievement he was. And that time also, so much love he poured. When he came to know that I had stomach problem and this food and water was not suiting me and I was having problem, then he used to call me in the morning. Whatever he would get for breakfast, half of that he will hand over to me. And then I was very much moved by his love. I used to share with my other brothers. Particularly, I was a vegetarian, so I did not take the egg. When he came to know that I am serving, hey fellow, you are distributing. You must eat when I am standing here, you eat. Then he made me eat the breakfast. So much love. Anyway, the story is unending. I am very grateful and I bow my respect to the memory of Revered Atmasthanandaji Maharaj and my prayers to Sri Ramakrishna Atmasthanandaji Swami Revered. We may continue to draw inspiration from this Om Shanti.